Hello, dear students. This is Vandana Pachori, and I'm back with a new video for class 9th and 10th. In this video, I'm going to talk about poetry by James Patrick Kinney, The Cold Within. James Patrick Kinney was an American poet who was born on March 16, 1923 in Ohio. Kinney came from a poor Irish family and dropped out from school in 10th grade in order to take care of his mother's health. He was discriminated against because of his poor financial status. Discrimination based on color, class, and religion is the main theme of this poem. And The Cold Within was written during the civil rights movement during 1960s. It's a narrative poem which tells us a story of a protest against bigotry, racism, classism, sorts of thing. Let us read this poem to understand the idea behind. Six humans trapped by happenstance in bleak and bitter cold, each one possessed a stick of wood, or so the story's told. Their dying fire in need of logs, but the first man held his back, for of the faces round the fire he noticed one was black. The next man looking across the way saw one not of his church, and couldn't bring himself to give the fire his stick of birch. The third one sat in tattered clothes. He gave his coat a hitch. Why should his log be put to use to warm the idle rich? The rich man just sat back and thought of the wealth he had in store, and how to keep what he had earned from lazy, shiftless poor. The black man's face bespoke revenge as the fire passed from his side, for all he saw in his stick of wood was a chance to spite the white. The last man of this forlorn group did not accept for gain. Giving only to those who gave was how he played the game. Their logs held tight in death's still hands was proof of human sin. They didn't die from the cold without, they died from the cold within. Now let's take a look. Six human, um, yeah, humans trapped by happenstance in bleak and bitter cold. Each one possessed a stick of wood, or so the stories told. Now, here we understand very clearly what is the situation when the writer speaks, when the poet speaks, when he's saying that six humans trapped by happenstance. What is happenstance? Happenstance is a situation which happened by chance, something by which one is caught against his wish. And it was bleak and bitter cold, extreme cold. Each one possessed a stick of wood. Each one of them had stick in their hand. And each one possessed a stick of wood, or so the story told. And this is kind of a narrative poem which tells us about the protest. Now, this is a feeling. He's trying to convey the situation so that we may understand what kind of discrimination took place, how people hated each other, what is something which is troubling. And more so, he's not preaching it. He's just giving us an example. He's not a preacher here. He's just presenting to us one example for us to understand and infer our own idea out of this. Here we go. Six people were trapped in the dark and the cold winter, and each one of them had one stick. And the poet recounts a tale as if he has heard of six people caught together in the grip of a severe winter, and each of them probably had a single stick of wood. Now, it's like he's referring to each individual, and these are together forming a group, of course. They are trapped there in a situation, it's the happenstance. It's by chance that they have come together. It is not by choice that they are together, and they are trapped. Now, their dying fire in need of logs. There was a fire, there's a little fire which was burning in the center, and it needed a few more pieces of wood so that it may continue burning. But the first man held his back. Held his back mean he had this his birch bark in his hand, but he did not want it to give it to. He did not want to give it to the fire, because for of the faces around the fire he noticed one was black. He noticed amidst these six people, he could notice that there was one person who was dark complexioned. So this is a clear example of racism. And in the heart of this, winter keeping warm is critical to survival was not understood. All right, and right here, when we talk about the dying fire, these words are very much symbolic of something which is it's foreshadowing what is going to happen to these six people. Now it itself has started, this particular feeling has started setting. The tone is melancholy, sad, and something gloomy is going to happen. It is all set about because there is a lack of understanding between each other in the heart of winter, like right in the middle of the winter and the bleak and bitter cold situation. They have the birch bark in their hand, but they don't want to let the fire be lit by their piece of wood because there's somebody who's black in color. This is a very good example of racism where people try to keep discriminating from each other. Though then comes uh, the next man looking across the way. Now there's a apostrophe mark here. It's actually a contraction. Across, it's A is not sound. So the next man looking across the way saw one not of his church and couldn't bring himself to give the fire his stick of birch. The next man, when he saw a cross, he saw that there was another person who was sitting there, was not belonging to his church, which says that the person was not belonging to his community, his religion. There's a religion prejudice which is coming in. It's bigotry. So this bigotry is also getting a stand here. There's another person who has this his own prejudice of religion, who could not share things just because there's one person who belongs to some other religion, which is again it just because of that he can't bear to give this law to a communal fire. That's strange, and this happened, and slowly they are sliding towards their own death. They are inviting, because of their fixed notion and prejudices, they are inviting their own death. The third one sat in tattered clothes. There was a third person who was sitting in tattered clothes. Now this person obviously seems to be very poor. He gave his coat a hitch. Why should his log be put to use to warm the idle rich? There was this third person who was a poor person. He had, brought this cloth, his coat. He gave a hitch because of lack of proper clothing. He did not have enough clothes to cover and keep himself warm, and he did not want to put his birch bark or his wood stick into the fire and keep it warm, because he hated rich man who had always discriminated against it. Because of him he had to suffer a lot because of this rich person who's there, one person who's rich, and he's idle, he does nothing, but he keeps on exploiting the poor people. There was a deeply embedded hatred for this rich man, so he did not feel like sharing his stick of wood into the fire and keep it burning. So there is this cold feeling for. We notice that he gave it's a hitch. He's adjusting it closer to his body to bring out more, squeeze out more warmth from his own clothes, the little clothing that he had worn. So there is a complete discrimination based on social or economic class, considering those favorably placed than him to be idle. And then comes the next one. The rich man just sat back and thought of the wealth he had in store. Then there was a rich man who was just sitting and just observing the entire situation, and he was just imagining the kind of wealth. He was just in his ideas, was engrossed into how many, he was calculating how much wealth has he accumulated, how much stock of wealth he has, and how to keep what he had earned from the lazy, shiftless poor, how he can protect that wealth, and all his idea was engaged into this, and therefore he did not put his piece of stick into the fire. This greed had blinded him. This greed had blinded him as he selfishly connives to keep his wealth. He even miserly holds on to this stick, keeping it from poor, whom he perceives as aimless and lazy. He thinks that poor are lazy people, and he doesn't want to share it with the poor person who's sitting in this group. Then there is this black man's face bespoke revenge. The black man who was hated by the white is now also, I mean, he's also not interested in sharing his wood to the fire because he was hated by, he was the person who was victimized all the time. So he will not share, he will never like to share his piece of wood to anyone, with anyone. As his fire passed from his side, as a fire passed from in front of you, he let it go, for all he saw in the stick of wood was a chance to spite the fire. So he is even not ready to share his piece of wood, so that this can be the best moment for him to take revenge on the on the whites, those who had always tried to exploit him by all chance, by all means. So this is the moment he could take that revenge. He cannot let it go. The last man of this forlorn group did not accept for gain, giving only to those who gave, was how he played the game. There was this last man of this forlorn group. How beautiful. This is the beautiful oxymoron, forlorn group. How can, you have this forlorn. The group is always a group of people when there are so many together. And forlorn means alone. So there's a beautiful combination of words like oxymoron here is at play, and he is probably saying that there was a person who did not want to share his stick because there is this because he doesn't give to anyone who does not give him in return, so he can only give for those who give him. So their logs held tight in death's still hands. This is personification, beautiful personification. Their logs were held very tightly in their hands, in the death's still hands. Death's hands are still and they are cold, and this was the proof of human sin. They didn't die from the cold without, and the last two lines are ironic lines which are beautifully written, which is the crux of the entire poetry. Right from the beginning, that we had seen the foreshadow at play, how it was predicting the end of the six people, the gathering of these six people. At the end, it says here they did not die because of the cold in the environment, rather, they died because of the cold feeling for human beings, for each other inside their heart, which invited their death. This is how he gives us a glimpse of six people. He does not preach, wants readers to draw inferences from the visual and the symbolic cues that he is presenting here to us. Fire here is a symbolic of something which is common good, which is symbolic of life, but nobody wants to give anything of their share into that. They are all futile, uselessly or in vain. They're just trying to pursue this hatred and discrimination which is at play. They lack the feeling for each other, the human feeling for each other. Yeah, he does not, he's trying to, this is what the poet James Patrick Kinney has tried to project here. The first man is the victim of racism. The second is of the victim of the religious bigotry, prejudice. Third is the victim of class. He's poor. Then fourth is again because of his richness, he's overwhelmed, he's greedy, and this is why he doesn't want to share. Then fifth one is a black, he wants revenge. Then sixth one will give only to those who can give him. So each individual in their own way, they had invited and had, become the agent of death. And each one reveal their own different kinds of prejudices. So in very few lines, that is just in 8 stanzas, the poet has beautifully given us a glimpse of what kind of bonding human beings are developing now. What is happening? How are we clashing with each other? What kind of discrimination and conflicts that are around? And there are several important aspects which need to be looked into. There is this idol, which is also a beautiful oxymoron which is used. Idol, which is an oxymoron where two opposite words are put into the same phrase. So we have oxymoron, we have alliteration, we have alliteration is the first letter when it is repeated, when it is in the same line repeatedly used, it is alliteration, it becomes alliteration. Then we also have personification, as I told you now, and alliteration, the bleak and bitter cold, BB is repeated. There are instances of these alliteration in the poetry round, and then the tone is melancholy and sad. The themes that run behind the poetry is the futility of discrimination. What is the use? Because of this sense of discrimination, which took their life out of them. It's like the poem has showcased to us how they projected their discrimination based on race, class, religion, and by narrating this beautiful story, narrative poetry of six individuals who were caught together by chance in extreme cold, and people in the poem are from different backgrounds and religion. Owing to their prejudices against one another, it becomes difficult for them to put their stick into fire, and in a way they lose their life. It brings about their and it brings about their own death. There is lack of warmth and human feeling for each other. These human beings are devoid of humanity. They are going through the same situation. They cannot cooperate. Warmth and compassion for each other is lacking miserably, and each one of them has a law that can be put to use not only for others but also for themselves. However, their differences surpass their survival instinct and they lose their life. So here we come to the end of this explanation. I hope you've understood it. Please keep watching. Thank you. Goodbye and good day.